When we can express parts of our truth, and this is this is a big reason I did that TED talk, because I want people to understand, okay, this is what the veteran's experiencing.
Viktor Frankl
Go ahead.
talks about this in Man's Search for Meaning, and he actually talks about how it's not always about the trauma that we are. It's actually obviously it's a connection to people, but it's also how people respond to our traumas when we are talking about it.
Yes. And that comes back to that having that safe, supportive environment where you can disclose things. And that disclosure is a big part of the healing experience from it. It's this is, we deal with isolation and everything as we're going through our internal battles, and we feel that we can't connect with others. And now we're back in a civilian environment where 98% of the people around us might not be veterans. There can be a lot that we hold to ourselves because we don't think anybody else will understand it. Well, that creates its own costs and its own consequences with the isolation. And again, if we're holding on to something for fear of somebody's misunderstanding or some rejection of us, then this just compounds that suffering that we're going through. So when we can express parts of our truth, and this is a big reason I did that TED talk, because I want people to understand, okay, this is what the veteran's experiencing, and not come to some conclusion. And sadly, while that is true for a lot of veterans, it's not true for most. Yet most veterans, when they transition out of the military, they have some version of this trauma experience, the trauma of military transition. So that's why I wanted to get this message out there. When I talk about that trauma of military transition and the loss of connection, authenticity, and meaning, which are fundamental human needs for all of us, you can understand that. There's been experiences in your life where you felt you couldn't show up and express your true, authentic self, where there's been times in your life where you had a greater sense of meaning and times when you lost that. So when you can contextualize it that way or look at it through that lens, that framework, then anybody, service member or not, veteran or not, can kind of connect with and understand